Morning, friends. Gosh, I look like shit. 16 weeks out. Guess you could say things are getting pretty serious. And you join me on a rest day, which is nice. In prep, it can be really tempting to just power through, try and do something to edge towards the goal every single day. But actually, that doesn't really end up being as productive as you'd think. But how's prep been going? Been going pretty well. Another whole percent of body weight down on last week. Had a good drop. It's been one of those weeks where the scales moved. Visuals have been really bad. I feel like I've been very, very watery in the last few check-ins I've done. I'm just not loving the look. But to be fair, at 16 weeks out, that's kind of fine. Like you're not going to be full and you're not going to be lean. So you're in this really weird limbo place where you don't look good and you don't really feel good either. Yeah, we'll keep pushing forward. Training, weirdly, even though I'm now technically about 8 weeks deep into prep, it's been fine. And actually this week was really good. I had a great training week. So perhaps these rest and recovery days and some of the things I've been doing around my nutrition have kept it so my training has been progressive, my training's been productive. So I'll let you guys know why that might be and how you might be able to implement some of those things yourself as well. So rest day. First things first, I've been doing a lot of my posing recently pumped after a workout, and while that is good, you do also want to do some flat posing as well. So it's first thing in the morning, I'm going to flip the camera on and let's do a few quarter turns before we go and get some coffee. Alright, coffee acquired. Let's talk about the first most important part of rest day, shall we? I think one of the most underrated parts of it is when you are running out of recovery, when you're running out of time for yourself, frankly, on prep. You are going to be busy training, cardio, you have a job, all these things start piling up in prep. So I actually think one of the most underrated parts of that rest day is the time you get for yourself. Like today, I just get to put some music on, walk around JBR, like walk around with a coffee. No, I don't touch the emails, nothing like that. It's great. And then same in the afternoon. I'm not going to be worried about having to go into the gym, having to do any cardio. It's just eat the protein and rest, which, yeah, in the depths of prep is, yes, you're getting physical recovery from that, but it's also the mental recovery so that next week hits and you are raring and ready to go. So I think that's an underrated part of the rest days, and that's the way I like to set up my week as well. It's like train my ass off sort of Monday to Friday, and then rest day Saturday, and then even Sunday I only have cardio, so even that is a little bit more manageable, a little bit more reasonable. But yeah, I said training's been going well, and it has. Pleasantly surprised. Like, I think that just the way that I've set up my training week, the way my nutrition is currently set up, is just doing me so many favors that even in, week 8 of prep, I'm still managing to push the boundaries, still snatching little PRs here and there. Now, when I say that, they're not PRs like in your off season where you get like +2, +3 reps, or you're adding like 5 to 10 kilos to the lift week on week. It's, it is literally getting an extra rep on a top set and a back off, or, snatching 2.5 or 5 kilo progressions every other week, every 3 weeks or something. But still, in a deficit, in prep, that is a great sign that you're retaining your tissue. You're doing everything you can to not be in a compromised position when it comes to keeping muscle tissue on your body as the body fat comes off. Between your protein intake and your training effort, that is what dictates how much muscle you get to keep on your body as the body fat comes off. And especially as I'm pushing quite aggressively right now, that's a good sign that things will be in a reasonable position come show day. And speaking of pushing hard right now, I think that's going to continue for at least another 4 weeks, till maybe about 12 weeks out, but I'm happy. I'm about 5 kilos off stage weight at 16 weeks out, which is like unprecedented for me. I've never been in that position. So I feel like it's a big difference compared to last year or 2023. I'm slowly becoming happier with the look in check-ins and the look on stage. So, but for now, I think another 4 weeks to really grind it out. You know, if I can get another 1.5 to 2 kilos off in these 4 weeks, then you're looking at being 12 weeks out, 3 to 4 kilos off stage weight, and that is excellent. I'll be really happy with that. I'm going to finish these steps, get back and recover. My bad. I got lazy yesterday, so I got back from my coffee and I just decided to watch Gangs of London and play Call of Duty. But it gave me the chance to think for you guys about a much better topic. I figured I haven't really talked about posing, and with that, like checking in properly and making sure you give yourself an honest and accurate measure of your physique every time you check in. So with that in mind, it is time for me to check in, both with Cage and with my posing coach. So let me show you my setup and let me show you what I think you should do to make sure you get the most standardized, honest check-ins every time you go for a physique update. So of course, it's gonna start with your camera and tripod setup. Now I have a fancy camera right now. Obviously you just use your phone camera, it's fine. The thing you see about this is it needs to be, in my opinion, chest height is really good. That's gonna hit you straight on. You're not gonna be getting like any downward angles, making your physique look different, or even worse, upward angles, which really makes your physique look weird. So you want something that's pretty much straight on, and I find like chest height is gonna be about right every single time. Now, once I have that set up, you'll see the window is right there, and I do my check-ins against that wall. Get a sneak peek into my, so you've got camera, natural light, and then a wall. Like that for me is the ultimate check-in setup. Because the thing you don't really want, and yes, it'll make your physique look really great, having like a load of down lighting or heaps of side-on lighting, and lighting from different colors and different angles. Yeah, it might make your physique look really nice in the videos, but that's not what you're checking in for. You're checking in to have an honest physique update that you can share either with yourself or with your coach, that you can compare week on week. You want it standardized so that you can see your physique evolve. If you're taking your check-in videos in different lighting every week, different setups every week, it is going to be challenging both for you and your coach to really tell exactly what's going on with your physique. Light, camera, you is ideal. Like, if anything, this window is a little bit too side on, but it's best I have that has a blank wall behind it. Ideally, this window would be like directly behind the camera. Slightly behind and to the side is the best of a bad situation. Yeah, once you get your setup right, don't change it. Like, I even have like mapped out in my carpet where this tripod is. It kind of goes in the same place up against my coffee table as well. So it's like that camera will also be in the same spot every single time I check in. Oh, so with that in mind, let's do the do. So then, yeah, the next thing you got to do is get your posing trunks on. After that, basically what I tend to do is do one round and then check back on the camera, like how it looks, check back with any notes that my posing coach might have given me, and look and see if I'm executing that or not. Actually, on this first round here, I'm not twisting enough on those side poses, so I'm gonna go and do a few more rounds of that. And then essentially you can kind of pick your best set to send over to coach if you want. Like, make sure you have everything set up consistent. Make sure you do it all in the same way, all in the same spot, and that way, as the changes happen week on week on your physique, you actually have the opportunity to see it for what it is, rather than, you know, giving yourself a nice ego boost with maybe some downlighting and stuff like that. But yeah, once you've done that, you'll be absolutely fine. And another thing you'll notice is I have the screen on the camera facing away from me. That is by design. That's not just for this YouTube video. There's no mirror on that other wall. It's all by design. You want to be posing like you would be on stage. There's no mirror on stage, there's no camera, there's no reflection. So when you check in, when you practice your posing, in my opinion, for the most part, it should be without a mirror, and you check back on your recording to see how you're doing, rather than using a direct video there, or a mirror as you pose. For me, it's always posing to a blank wall, and then I'll check back with my video on how I did with my posing. That will also prepare you much, much better for stage. So hopefully that helps you get your check-in and posing set up right, so that your posing practice can at least be honest, and then your physique progress can be honest as well, and you can make the correct coaching calls off the back of that. I'm going to finish with a few more rounds of posing, and then that's it. It's a refeed day. I get a few more carbs today, which I'm going to very much enjoy. Oh, it feels good. If that was helpful, drop a like, drop a comment, be sure to subscribe. 16 weeks out now. It's getting pretty serious.